Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today in this video I am going to discuss about some important questions on history of English literature. So friends, watch this video till the end. First question is, the poem The Patriot is written by. Answer option B, Robert Browning. Robert Browning wrote the poem The Patriot. Next question is, who wrote The Tempest? Answer option C, William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote The Tempest. Next question is, which book is a tragedy? Answer option A, Hamlet. Hamlet is a tragedy. Next question is, The Merchant of Venice written by Shakespeare is a answer option D, a drama. The Merchant of Venice written by Shakespeare is a drama. Next question is, Fairy Queen is a answer option C, an epic. Fairy Queen is an epic. Next very important question. Who among the following is a revolutionary poet? Answer option B, P.B. Shelley. P.B. Shelley is a revolutionary poet. Next question is, Great Expectation is a novel written by. Answer option A, Charles Dickens. Great Expectation is a novel written by Charles Dickens. Next question is, Paradise Lost is an epic. Paradise Lost is an epic. Who wrote Madame Bovary? Answer option D, Gustave Flaubert. Gustave Flaubert wrote Madame Bovary. The poem Isle of Innisfree is written by. Answer option D, W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats wrote Isle of Innisfree. Othello is a Shakespeare's play about. Answer option D, a Moor. Othello is a Shakespeare's play about a Moor. Next question is, the play Arms and the Man is by. Answer option D, George Bernard Shaw. The play Arms and the Man is by George Bernard Shaw. The Lord of the Rings is written by. Answer option B, Ronald Llewell Tolkien. The Lord of the Rings is written by Ronald Llewell Tolkien. Next question is, Tradition and the Individual Talent is an essay by. Answer option B, T.S. Eliot. Tradition and the Individual Talent is an essay by T.S. Eliot. Next question is, who of the following is a playwright? Answer option D, G.B. Shaw. G.B. Shaw is a playwright. Next question is very important. To the Lighthouse and a Room of One's Own written by. To the Lighthouse and a Room of One's Own written by. Answer option A, Virginia Woolf. Okay, right answer is option A, Virginia Woolf. Next question is, who is a modern author? Answer option D, Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad is a modern author. Next question is, the poem Second Coming is written by. Answer option A, W.B. Yeats. The poem Second Coming is written by W.B. Yeats. April is the cruelest month is written by. Answer option B, T.S. Eliot. April is the cruelest month is written by T.S. Eliot. Caesar and Cleopatra is written by. Answer option D, G.B. Shaw. Caesar and Cleopatra is written by G.B. Shaw. Next. Adela is a character in the novel A Passage to India written by. Answer option A. E.M. Foster. Adela is a character in the novel A Passage to India written by E.M. Foster. Next. Next question is Man and Superman and Arms and the Man were written by. Answer option A. G.B. Shaw. Man and Superman and Arms and the Man were written by G.B. Shaw. Next. Next question is Who wrote The Wasteland? Answer option B. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot wrote The Wasteland. Next. Next question is Who wrote Heart of Darkness? Answer option B. Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad wrote Heart of Darkness. Next. Next question is Who wrote Where Angels Fear to Tread? Answer option B. E.M. Foster. E.M. Foster wrote Where Angels Fear to Tread. Next. Next question is Lady Chatterley's Lover and the Rainbow. Written by. Answer option D. D.H. Lawrence. Lady Chatterley's Lover and the Rainbow. Written by D.H. Lawrence. Next. Next question is Of Human Bondage is written by. Answer option A. Somerset Maugham. Of Human Bondage is written by Somerset Maugham. Next. Next question is very important. James Joyce's famous novel. Answer option B. Ulysses. James Joyce's famous novel is Ulysses. Next. Next question is very important. Mending Wall and Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening are two poems by. Answer option A. Robert Frost. Mending Wall and Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening are two poems written by Robert Frost. Next. Next question is very important. Nathaniel Hawthorne is the writer of. Answer option A. The Scarlet Letter. Nathaniel Hawthorne is the writer of The Scarlet Letter. Next. Who is an American author? Answer option D. All. Okay. R.W. Emerson, H.D. Thoreau, Henry W. Longfellow. All. Right answer option D. All are American author. Next. Next question is next very important question. To be or not to be, that is the question. Where do you find this question? Answer option B. Hamlet. To be or not to be, that is the question. Where do you find this quotation? Answer Hamlet. Next. Next question is The Road Not Taken is a famous poem of. Answer option A. Robert Frost. The Road Not Taken is a famous poem of Robert Frost. Next. Next question is Leaves of Grass is written by. Right answer. Leaves of Grass is written by. Right answer is option D. Whitman. Leaves of Grass is written by Whitman. Next. The period from 1649 to 1660 is known as. Answer option A. Commonwealth period. The period from 1649 to 1660 is known as Commonwealth period. Next. Next question is Which poem is written by Walt Whitman? Answer option A. Song of Myself. Song of Myself is written by Walt Whitman. Next. Next question is very important. Who wrote The Bluest Eyes? Answer. Who wrote The Bluest Eyes? Right answer is option C. Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison wrote The Bluest Eyes. Next. Who is the author of Seize the Day? Answer option B. Saul Bellow. Saul Bellow is the author of Seize the Day. Next. Next question is very important. The sun also rises and for whom the bell tolls. These two novels were written by. Answer. Right answer is option C. Ernest Hemingway. The sun also rises and for whom the bell tolls were written by Ernest Hemingway. Next. Huckleberry Finn is a novel written by. Answer option C. Mark Twain. Huckleberry Finn is a novel written by Mark Twain. Next. Next very important question. Next very important question. O Captain, My Captain is a poem written by. Answer option D. Walt Whitman. O Captain, My Captain is a poem written by Walt Whitman. Next. Lycidas is written by. Answer option D. John Milton. Lycidas is written by John Milton. Next. Love and Friendship is written by. Answer option B. Jane Austen. Love and Friendship is written by Jane Austen. Next. Next very important question. Who wrote Sense and Sensibility? Answer option C. Jane Austen. Jane Austen wrote Sense and Sensibility. Next. Samson Agonist is written by. Answer option D. John Milton. Samson Agonist is written by John Milton. Next. Who wrote the book Ivanhoe? Answer option D. Sir Walter Scott. Sir Walter Scott wrote the book Ivanhoe. Next. Essay on Criticism is written by. Answer option A. Alexander Pope. Essay on Criticism is written by Alexander Pope. Next. Child Harold's Pilgrimage written by. Option A. Byron. Child Harold's Pilgrimage is written by Byron. Next. The Revolt of Islam is a work by. Option C. Shelley. The Revolt of Islam is a work by Shelley. Next. Prometheus Unbound is a lyrical drama by. Answer option A. Shelley. Prometheus Unbound is a lyrical drama by Shelley. Next. Samuel Beckett was. Answer option C. A French dramatist. Samuel Beckett was a French dramatist. Next. Next very important question. Who is famous for his drama of ideas? Answer option B. Henrik Ibsen. Henrik Ibsen is famous for his drama of ideas. Next. Next very important question. Tales of the D'Urbervilles is a novel written by. Answer option A. Thomas Hardy. Tales of the D'Urbervilles is a novel written by Thomas Hardy. Next. Next question is. Next very important question. Who is known as an anti-romantic novelist in the Romantic Age? Answer option B. Jane Austen. Jane Austen is known as an anti-romantic novelist in the Romantic Age. Next. Next very important question. Paradise Lost attempts to. Answer option D. Justify the ways of God to man. Paradise Lost attempts to justify the ways of God to men. Next. Who was poet laureate? Answer option A. Alfred Tennyson. Alfred Tennyson was poet laureate. Next. Next question is. O lady, we receive but what we give has been quoted from. Answer option D. Dejection and ode. O lady, we receive but what we give has been quoted from a dejection and ode. Next, the period from 1649 to 1660 is known as, answer option A, Commonwealth period. The period from 1649 to 1660 is known as Commonwealth period. Next, which poem is written by Walt Whitman? Answer option A, Song of Myself. Song of Myself is written by Walt Whitman. Next, next question is, who is the writer of The End of History and The Last Man? Answer option B, Francis Fukuyama. Francis Fukuyama is the writer of The End of History and The Last Man. Next, who wrote Ulysses? Answer option B, Alfred Tennyson. Alfred Tennyson wrote Ulysses. Next, next question is, Vanity Fair is a novel by, answer right answer is option B, Thackeray. Vanity Fair is a novel written by Thackeray. Next, next question is, who is the author of The Old Man and the Sea? Answer option A, Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway is the author of The Old Man and the Sea. Next, next question is, A Farewell to Arms is a novel by, answer option B, Ernest Hemingway. A Farewell to Arms is a novel written by Ernest Hemingway. Next, who wrote Crime and Punishment? Answer option D, Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky wrote Crime and Punishment. Next, A Passage to India is written by, answer option A, E. M. Foster. E. M. Foster wrote A Passage to India. Next, next question is, Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained are written by, answer option C, John Milton. Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained are written by John Milton. Next, next question is, who is the author of the novel The Sun Also Rises? Answer right answer is option C, Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway is the author of the novel The Sun Also Rises. Next, The Rainbow is, answer option C, a novel by D. H. Lawrence. The Rainbow is a novel by D. H. Lawrence. Next, and next question is, who wrote the Odyssey and Iliad? Answer option D, Homer. Homer wrote Odyssey and Iliad. Next, next question is, which one of the following is a comedy? Answer option A, All Soil That Ends Well. All Soil That Ends Well is a comedy. Okay, next. Next, very important question. Of the following, who is the most translated author of the world? Answer option C, V.I. Lenin. V.I. Lenin is the most translated author of the world. Next. Next question is, who is the author of The Affluent Society? Answer option C, J.K. Galbraith. J.K. Galbraith is the author of The Affluent Society. Next. Next question is, who is not a novelist of Victorian age mentioned below? Answer option D, James Joyce. James Joyce is not a novelist of Victorian age. Next. Next question is, which one is the shortest dramatic work? Answer option D, Breathe. Breathe is the shortest dramatic work. Next. Next question is, A.S. Hornsby is famous for, answer option D, writing dictionaries. A.S. Hornsby is famous for writing dictionaries. Next. Next question is, who is well known for his translation of Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam into English? Okay, answer right answer is option B, Edward Fitzgerald. Edward Fitzgerald is well known for his translation of Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam into English. Next question is, O. Henry is famous for. Answer option B. Short story. O. Henry is famous for short story. Next. Goethe is the greatest poet of. Answer option B. Germany. Goethe is the greatest poet of Germany. Next. Next question is, who wrote the book Cancer Ward? Answer option A. Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Alexander Solzhenitsyn wrote the book Cancer Ward. Next question is, a famous short story of Maupassant is. Answer option A. The Diamond Necklace. A famous short story of Maupassant is The Diamond Necklace. Next question is, who is the author of The Picture of Dorian Gray? Answer option C. Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde is the author of The Picture of Dorian Gray. Next. Next question is, what type of book The Omen is? Answer option B. Novel. The Omen is a novel. Next. Caliban is a character in. Answer option D. Tempest. Caliban is a character in Tempest. Next question is, who was the only laureate to refuse the Nobel Prize? Right answer. Right answer is option B. J. Paul Sartre. J. Paul Sartre was the only laureate to refuse the Nobel Prize. Next. Next question is, famous Irish poet and dramatist is. Answer option A. W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats was the famous Irish poet and dramatist. Next question is, next very important question. Who is the modern philosopher who was rewarded Nobel Prize for Literature? Answer option D. B. Russell. B. Russell is the modern philosopher who was rewarded Nobel Prize for Literature. Next question is, who is the author of India Wins Freedom? Answer option D. Abul Kalam Azad. Abul Kalam Azad is the author of India Wins Freedom. Next question is, Murder in the Cathedral is written by. Answer option B. T.S. Eliot. A Murder in the Cathedral is written by T.S. Eliot. Next question is, who is the author of the drama You Never Can Tell? Answer right answer is option A. G.B. Shaw. G.B. Shaw is the author of the drama You Never Can Tell. Next. Next question and next question, very important question. Who is the author of Arabian Nights? Answer option D. None of them. Friends, comment this answer in the comment box. Okay, friends, you have to comment the answer of the writer of Arabian Nights. Okay, next. Who wrote the book Lord Jim A. Tell? Answer option B. Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad wrote the book Lord Jim A. Tell. Next very important question. Tennyson wrote. Answer Tennyson wrote option D. Lotus Eater. Lotus Eater is written by Tennyson. Next very important question. Who is famous for the theory of objective correlative? Answer option C. T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot is famous for the theory of objective correlative. Next question is, when did T.S. Eliot win Nobel Prize? Answer 1948. T.S. Eliot won Nobel Prize in 1948. Next question is, which one of the following is the first long poem in English? Answer option A. Beowulf. Beowulf is the first long poem in English? Next. Who wrote The Spanish Tragedy? Answer option B. Thomas Kidd. Thomas Kidd wrote The Spanish Tragedy. Next. Next question is The Sacred Flame is written by. Answer option B. William Somerset Maugham. The Sacred Flame is written by William Somerset Maugham. Next. Next question is who translated the Bible into English for the first time? Answer right answer is option B. John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe translated the Bible into English for the first time. Next. The Return of the Native is written by. Answer option D. Thomas Hardy. The Return of the Native is written by Thomas Hardy. Next. Next question is next very important question. Brick Lane is written by. Answer option D. Monica Ali. Brick Lane is written by Monica Ali. Next. Next question is The Good Earth has been written by. Answer option D. Parl S. Bach. The Good Earth is written by Parl S. Bach. Next. War and Peace, an epic tale of Napoleonic invasion is written by. Answer option A. Leo Tolstoy. War and Peace, an epic tale of Napoleonic invasion is written by Leo Tolstoy. Next. Next question is what was the first novel of Virginia Woolf? Answer option D. The Voyage Out. The Voyage Out was the first novel of Virginia Woolf. Next. Next question is very important. The first English novel Pamela has been written by. Answer option D. Samuel Richardson. The first English novel Pamela has been written by Samuel Richardson. Next. Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot is a. Answer option D. Absurd play. Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot is a absurd play. Next. Next very important question. Satanic Verses is written by. Answer option B. Solomon Rushdie. Satanic Verses is written by Solomon Rushdie. Next. Next question is better to reign in hell than serve in heaven has been quoted from. Answer option B. Paradise Lost. Better to reign in hell than serve in heaven has been quoted from Paradise Lost. Next. Lady Chatterley's Lover is written by the author of. Answer option C. Rainbow. Lady Chatterley's Lover is written by the author of Rainbow. Next. Who was the eminent writer of the Restoration? Answer option D. All of them. Means John Milton, John Dryden, William Congreve are the eminent writers of the Restoration age. Next. Next question is very important. What do you mean by archaism? Answer option D. Obsolete words. What do you mean by archaism? Answer obsolete words. Next. What do you mean by burlesque? Answer option A. A satiric creature of the characters. What do you mean by burlesque? A satiric creature of the characters. Next. Next very important question. Dr. Zhivago is written by. Answer option B. Boris Pasternak. Dr. Zhivago is written by Boris Pasternak. Next. Next question is what do you mean by lampoon? Answer option D. To mock some powerful person. What do you mean by lampoon? To mock some powerful person. Next. Next question is what do you mean by the word personal? Answer Option D, government employee. What do you mean by the word personnel? Answer, government employee. Next question is, what the term couplet refers? Answer, option B, first four lines of a poem. What the term couplet refers? Answer, first four lines of a poem. next Next very important question, bathos refers. Answer, option A, ridiculous in writing or speech. A bathos refers ridiculous in writing or speech. Next, romanticism is mainly connected with. Answer, option A, excitement and sensation. Romanticism is mainly connected with excitement and sensation. Next, what is an epic? Answer, option B, a long narrative poem. What is an epic? A long narrative poem. Next, what is a fantasy? Answer, option A, an imaginary story. What is a fantasy? Answer, an imaginary story. Next, a person who writes about his own life writes. Answer, option B, an autobiographer. A person who writes about his own life writes. Answer, an autobiographer. Next, what is a meaning of the word euphemism? Answer, option B, inoffensive expression. What is meaning of the word euphemism? Answer, inoffensive expression. Next, what is the meaning of hymen? Answer, option C, song in praise of God. What is the meaning hymen? Song in praise of God. Option C is the answer. Next very important question. What the term blank verse refers? Answer, what the term blank verse refers? Right answer is option A, having no rhyming end. Okay, blank verse is having no rhyming end. Next, equivocation means. Answer, option A, two contrary things in same statement. Equivocation means two contrary things in same statement. Next, what is limerick? Answer, option D, a form of light verse. What is limerick? A form of light verse. Next, what do you mean by canto? Answer, option C, a section or a division of a long poem. What do you mean by canto? A section or a division of a long poem. Next, very important question. What is the meaning of the word dirge? Answer, option D, a long expressing grief, a song expressing grief, lamentation and mourning. What is the meaning of the word dirge? Answer, a song expressing grief, lamentation and mourning. Next, very important question. What do you mean by minstrel? Answer, right answer is option D, a medieval European poet. What do you mean by minstrel? A medieval European poet. Next, what do you mean ode? Answer, option A lyric poem. What do you mean ode? A lyric poem. Next, what is an effigy? Answer, right answer is, what is an effigy? Right answer is option C, an image or dummy. What is an effigy? Answer, an image or dummy. Next, reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Who told it? Answer, option B, Chaucer. Reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Chaucer told it. Next, very important question. Which of the following is an essayist? Answer option B. Sorry friends, right answer option C. Charles Lamb. Charles Lamb is an essayist. Next. Next very important question. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. Is a quotation from. Answer option B. Shelley. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. Is a quotation from Shelley. Next. Dryden and Alexander Pope are dash poets. Answer option A. Neoclassical poet. Dryden and Alexander Pope are neoclassical poets. Next. Next question is very important. Who is known as the poet of nature? Answer option A. Wordsworth. Wordsworth is known as the poet of nature. Next. Who of the following was both a poet and a painter? Answer option C. Blake. Blake was both a poet and a painter. Next. Next. Emily Zola is a famous. Right answer option D. French novelist. Emily Zola is a French novelist. Next. O. O. Henry was known as. Answer option A. American short story writer. O. Henry was known as American short story writer. Next. Next very important question. A famous mock epic poet in English literature is. Option A. Alexander Pope. A famous mock epic writer in English literature is Alexander Pope. Next. Arthur Clarke is known as. Answer option A. A science fiction writer. Arthur Clarke is known as a science fiction writer. Next. Bertrand Russell was a British. Option D. Philosopher. Bertrand Russell was a British philosopher. Next. Who is the most satirist in English literature? Option B. Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift is the most satirist in English literature. Next. A famous essayist in Renaissance is. Option D. John Wycliffe. A famous essayist in Renaissance is John Wycliffe. Next. Next very important question. A famous playwright in modern English literature is. Option A. Oscar Wilde. A famous playwright in modern English literature is Oscar Wilde. Next. John Galsworthy is dash dramatist. Answer option D. Modern dramatist. John Galsworthy is a modern dramatist. Next. Which century belongs to Victorian period? Option A. 19th century. 19th century belongs to Victorian period. Next. Next very important question. Who is the famous woman novelist in Victorian age? Answer option B. George Eliot. George Eliot is the famous woman novelist in Victorian age. Next. Next very important question. Which of the following is a 19th century woman novelist? Answer option D. George Eliot. George Eliot is a 19th century woman novelist. Next. Alexander Dumas was a famous dash novelist. Friends, comment this answer in the comment box. Alexander Dumas was a famous dash novelist. Friends, you have to answer this question in the comment box. Next. Karl Marx was born in. Option A. Germany. Karl Marx was born in Germany. Next. The poet laureate is answer option C. The court poet of England. The poet laureate is the court poet of England. Next. The first English dictionary was compiled by answer option B. Samuel Johnson. The first English dictionary was compiled by Samuel Johnson. Next. Shakespeare is known mostly for his option D plays. Shakespeare is known mostly for his plays. Next. Next very important question. What is the full name of the great American short story writer O. Henry? Answer option A. William Sidney Porter. William Sidney Porter is the full name of the great American short story writer O. Henry. Next. Hamlet by Shakespeare is answer option D. A tragedy. Hamlet by Shakespeare is a tragedy. Next. Who is the following both a poet and a novelist? Answer option B. Thomas Hardy. Thomas Hardy is both a poet and a novelist. Next. Which is the shortest period of English literature? Answer option C. Restoration period. Restoration period is the shortest period in English literature. Next. Who was American poet? Answer option A. Robert Frost. Robert Frost was American poet. Next. Next very important question. English poet addicted to opium was answer option C. S.T. Coleridge. English poet addicted to opium was S.T. Coleridge. Next. What does canto means? Answer option C. A subdivision of an epic. What does canto means? A subdivision of an epic. Next. What is linguistics? Answer option C. The scientific study of language. What is linguistic? The scientific study of language. Next. What is catastrophe? Answer. Right answer is option B. The tragic end of dramatic events. What is catastrophe? The tragic end of dramatic events. Next. The three score means. Answer option C. 3 times 20. 3 score means 3 times 20. Next. What is parable? Answer option A. An allegorical story usually containing a moral lesson. What is parable? An allegorical story usually containing a moral lesson. Next. Melodrama is a kind of play. Answer option A. Of violent and sensational themes. Melodrama is a kind of play of violent and sensational themes. Next very important question. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Occurs in. Answer option B. Keats's Endymion. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Occurs in Keats's Endymion. Next. Justice delayed is justice denied. Was stated by. Answer option C. Gladstone. Justice delayed is justice denied. Was stated by Gladstone. Next. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Is said by. Answer option A. Alexander Pope. To err is human, to forgive is divine. Was said by Alexander Pope. Next. Our sweetest songs are those of the tale of Option C, saddest thought. Our sweetest songs are those of tale of saddest thought. Next. Mortality is a private and costly luxury is said by. Answer. Option B, Henry Adams. Mortality is a private and costly luxury is said by Henry Adams. Next. Which of the following poet was not awarded the Nobel Prize? Answer option D, Milton. Milton was not awarded the Nobel Prize. Next. In Shakespeare tragedy, the hero is. Answer option B, a high ranking man. In Shakespeare tragedy, the hero is a high ranking man. Next. Couplet can occur in. Answer option C, poem. Couplet can occur in poem. Next. Who wrote the preface for Tagore's Gitanjali? Answer option B, W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats wrote the preface for Tagore's Gitanjali. Next. Who got the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2007? Answer option D, Lessing. Lessing got the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2007. Next. Which of the following age in literary history is the latest? Answer option C, the Georgian age. The Georgian age is the latest in history of literature. Next. Find the odd one. Answer option C, Das Capital. Das Capital is odd here. Next. Who is the author of the book Wasteland? Answer option A, T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot is the author of the book Wasteland. Next. Which one is the correct from below? Answer option C, War and Peace by Tolstoy. Here correct is War and Peace written by Tolstoy. Next. Who is the father of modern English drama? Answer option A, G.B. Shaw. G.B. Shaw is the father of modern English drama. Next. Who is familiar as a poet of beauty? Answer option C, John Keats. John Keats is familiar as a poet of beauty. Next. Next very important question. Who was not the famous poet of the age of romanticism? Answer option D, Shakespeare. Shakespeare was not the famous poet of the age of romanticism. Next. Who is the greatest modern English drama? Answer option C, G.B. Shaw. G.B. Shaw is the greatest modern English drama. Next. What is literature? Answer option B, reflection of society. Literature is the reflection of society. Next. What the term elegy refers? Answer option A, Song of Lamentation. Elegy refers the Song of Lamentation. Next. What is paradox? Answer option C, a self-contradictory statement. What is paradox? A self-contradictory statement. Next. Whose real name was Mary Ann Evans? Answer option C, George Eliot. George Eliot's real name was Mary Ann Evans. Next. Hold your tongue and let me love is said by. Answer option A, John Donne. Hold your tongue and let me love is said by John Donne. Next. Next very important question. What is verse? Answer. Right answer is option A. Lines of poem. What is verse? Lines of poem. Next. What is iambic pentameter? Answer option D. A 5-foot line verse. What is iambic pentameter? A 5-foot line verse. Next. Which is the rhyme scheme of Shakespearean sonnet? Answer option A. ABAB, CDCD, EAPF, GG. What is the rhyme scheme of Shakespearean sonnet? ABAB, CDCD, EAPF, GG. Option A is the answer. Next. What is soliloquy? Answer self speech. Option B. What is soliloquy? Answer self speech. Next. Allusion refers the following. Answer option A. A reference of past person or thing. Allusion refers a reference of past person and thing. Next. I wandered lonely as a cloud is an example of. Answer option D is simile. I wandered lonely as a cloud is an example of simile. Next. Next very important question. Which poet emphasized on rustic language in poetry? Answer option B. William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth emphasized on rustic language in poetry. Next. The full name of W.B. Yeats is option C. William Butler Yeats. The full name of W.B. Yeats is William Butler Yeats. Next. Short story is not dash than story. Answer option C. Smaller. Short story is not smaller than story. Next very important question. The first theatre in England was published in. Answer option C. 1576. The first theatre in England was published in 1576. Next. Find the odd one. Answer. Right answer is option D. All for Love, John Milton. It is wrong. Next. Who wrote Preface to Shakespeare? Answer option A. Dr. Samuel Johnson. Dr. Samuel Johnson wrote Preface to Shakespeare. Next. Next very important question. Who is called the mock heroic poet? Answer option C. Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope is called mock heroic poet. Next. The age of Chaucer ranges from. Answer option C. 1340 to 1400. The age of Chaucer ranges from 1340 to 1400. Next. In which age is the Puritan period included? Answer option A. The Renaissance. In which age is the Puritan period included? Answer Renaissance. Next. Age of Johnson is also known as. Answer option C. Age of sensibility. Age of Johnson is also known as age of sensibility. Next. What type of work totals miscellany is? Answer option C. Drama. What type of work totals miscellany is? Drama. Next. Find the odd out. Answer Iliad novel, right? Tempest comedy, right? Temple poem, right? Option D. Danciad poem. It is wrong. Next. The Rape of the Lock is an. Answer option A. Epic. The Rape of the Lock is an epic. Next. The novel Talisman is written by. Answer option C. Walter Scott. The novel Talisman is written by Walter Scott. Next. Delusion and Dream is by option B. Sigmund Freud. Delusion and Dream is by Sigmund Freud. Next. James Joyce's narrative technique is known as option A. Stream of consciousness. James Joyce's narrative technique is known as stream of consciousness. Next. The novel The Jungle Book is written by. Answer option C. Rudyard Kipling. The novel The Jungle Book is written by Rudyard Kipling. Next. Exiles is a. Answer option C. Play. Exiles is a play. Next. Next very important question. Charles Dickens is not the novelist for one of the following. Answer option B. Treasure Island. Charles Dickens is not the novelist of Treasure Island. Next. Tom Jones by Henry Fielding was first published in. Answer option C. The first half of 18th century. Tom Jones by Henry Fielding was first published in the first half of the 18th century. Next. Who wrote The Adventures of Augie March? Answer option A. Saul Bellow. Saul Bellow wrote The Adventures of Augie March. Next. Find the odd one. Answer option D. Toni Morrison, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. This is wrong and it is answer. Next. Who is known for his theory of psychoanalysis? Answer option A. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is known for his theory of psychoanalysis. Next. Find the odd one. Right answer option C. Samuel Beckett, great Irish novelist. This is wrong and it is the answer. Next. On Liberty is by. Answer option B. John Mill. On Liberty is written by John Mill. Next. Next very important question. The Descent of Man is by Charles Darwin. The Confidence Man. His Masquerade is by. Answer option C. Stuart Mill. The Descent of Man is by Charles Darwin. The Confidence Man. His Masquerade is by Stuart Mill. Next. Das Kapital was published in the year 1867. Das Kapital was published in the year 1867. Next. Who wrote The New Arabian Night? Answer option D. R.L. Stevenson. R.L. Stevenson wrote The New Arabian Night. Next. Who wrote Romola? Answer option C. George Eliot. George Eliot wrote Romola. Next. How did the Middle Ages of English literature begin? Answer option D. By the Norman conquest of England. How did the Middle Ages of English literature begin? Answer option D. By the Norman conquest of England. Next. Next very important question. What was the time period of Middle English period? Answer option A. 1066 to 500. What was the time period of Middle English period? Answer 1066 to 500. Next. Why did the feudal system break down? Answer option B, due to Black Death. Why did the feudal system break down? Answer due to Black Death. Next, which of the following is not the part of Middle English period? Answer option D, Elizabethan period. Elizabethan period is not the part of Middle English period. Next, which period is known as Dark Ages? Answer option C, Age of Barren. Age of Barren is known as Dark Ages. Next, which of the following languages did not coexist in Anglo-Norman England? Answer option B, German. German language did not coexist in Anglo-Norman England. Next, who is called the father of Italian language? Answer option A, Dante. Dante is called the father of Italian language. Next, who wrote the epic The Divine Comedy? Answer option C, Dante Alighieri. Dante Alighieri wrote the epic The Divine Comedy. Next, which of the following poem is written by Dante? Answer option B, Inferno. Inferno is written by Dante. Next, which of the following writers is not called the Three Crowns or the Three Fountains? Answer option D, Machiavelli. Machiavelli is not called the Three Crowns or the Three Fountains. Okay, here Dante, Petrarch, Boccaccio are called the Three Crowns or the Three Fountains. Next, where Dante was born? Answer option D, Italy. Dante was born in Italy. Next, who among the following first translated the Bible into English? Answer option C, John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe first translated the Bible into English. Next, which of the following is the title of John Wycliffe? Answer option A, Father of English Prose. John Wycliffe is called Father of English Prose. Next, who among the following first translated the New Testament into English? Answer John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe translated the New Testament into English. Next, who wrote the poem Piers Plowman? Answer option C, William Langland. William Langland wrote the poem Piers Plowman. Next, who was the central figure of Piers Plowman written by William Langland? Answer option B, Piers. Piers was the central figure of Piers Plowman written by William Langland. Next, what was the main theme of Piers Plowman? Answer option C, social history. Social history was the main theme of Piers Plowman. Next, William Langland belongs to which period of English literature? Answer option B, Middle English period. William Langland belonged to Middle English period. Next, who is called the father of English poetry? Answer option C, Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer is called the father of English poetry. Next, which of the following is written by Geoffrey Chaucer? Answer option B, Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales is written by Geoffrey Chaucer. Next, which of the following is not written by Geoffrey Chaucer? Answer Troilus and Cressida. Troilus and Cressida is not written by Geoffrey Chaucer. Next, Which of the following is written by Geoffrey Chaucer? Answer option A. The Book of the Duchess. The Book of the Duchess is written by Geoffrey Chaucer. Next. Which of these is magnum opus of Chaucer? Answer the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales is magnum opus of Chaucer. Next. Chaucer's Franklin was guilty of which sin? Answer gluttony. Chaucer's Franklin was guilty of gluttony. Next. Which of the following is not written by Geoffrey Chaucer? Answer option C. Piers Plowman. Piers Plowman is not written by Geoffrey Chaucer. Next. From which language the name Chaucer has been derived? Answer French. From which language the name Chaucer has been derived? Answer French. Next. Where did Chaucer bury? Answer Westminster Abbey. Chaucer was buried in Westminster Abbey. Next. When Chaucer was imprisoned? Answer option B. During the Hundred Years' War. Chaucer was imprisoned during the Hundred Years' War. Next. Who was the first national poet of England? Answer option B. Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer was the first national poet of England. Next. Who wrote the Troy book? Answer John Lydgate. John Lydgate wrote the book Troy book. Next. Which of the following book is written by John Lydgate? Answer The Story of Thebes. The Story of Thebes is written by John Lydgate. Next. John Lydgate belongs to which period of English literature? Answer option B. Middle Age. John Lydgate belongs to Middle Age in English literature. Next. What was the first major prose fiction in English literature? Answer option C. Le Morte d'Arthur. Le Morte d'Arthur was the first major prose fiction in English literature. Next. Who is the author of the prose Le Morte d'Arthur? Answer option B. Thomas Mallory. Thomas Mallory is the author of the prose Le Morte d'Arthur. Next. Thomas Mallory belongs to which period of English literature? Answer Middle Age. Thomas Mallory belongs to Middle Age in English literature. Next. And the last question, friend. This is very important question. Who wrote the book The Dance of Seven Deadly Sins? Answer option C. William Dunbar. William Dunbar wrote the book The Dance of the Seven Deadly Sins. When did the Anglo-Saxon period start? Answer option A. In 450 AD. Anglo-Saxon period started in 450 AD. Next. What was the first long poem of Anglo-Saxon period? Answer option A. Beowulf. Beowulf was the first long poem of Anglo-Saxon period. Next. Anglo-Saxon poetry was influenced by which things? Answer option C. Christianity. Anglo-Saxon poetry was influenced by Christianity. Next. What type of people lives in Anglo-Saxon period? Answer warriors, hunters, travelers. Answer option D. All of them. What type of people lives in Anglo-Saxon period? Warriors, hunters, travelers live in Anglo-Saxon period. Here answer option D. All of them. Next. When did the Anglo-Saxon period end? Answer 1066 AD. Anglo-Saxon period end in 1066 AD. Next. Who is the earliest known English poet? Answer Caedmon. Caedmon is the earliest known English poet. Next. When Caedmon was born? Answer 637. Caedmon was born in 637 AD. Next. What was the chief work of Caedmon? Answer Hymn of Caedmon. Hymn of Caedmon was the chief work of Caedmon. Next. Which of the following is not written by Caedmon? Answer Beowulf. Beowulf is not written by Caedmon. Here Genesis, Exodus, Judith are written by Caedmon. Okay, Genesis, Exodus, Judith are written by Caedmon. Next. Which of the following is written by Caedmon? Answer Paraphrase. Paraphrase is written by Caedmon. Next. Caedmon belongs to which period of English literature? Answer option A, Anglo-Saxon. Caedmon belongs to Anglo-Saxon period. Next. Who is called the author of the Christ? Answer Cinewolf. Cinewolf is called the author of the Christ. Next. Which of the following is written by Cinewolf? Answer Juliana. Juliana is written by Cinewolf. Next. Which of the following is not written by Cinewolf? Answer Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales is not written by Cinewolf. Here Christ, Juliana, Eleni are written by Cineolf. Okay, next. Cineolf belongs to which period of English literature? Answer option A, Anglo-Saxon. Cineolf belongs to Anglo-Saxon period. Next. Who is called the father of English learning? Answer Saint Barnabas Bede. Saint Barnabas Bede is called the father of English learning. Next. Saint Barnabas Bede belongs to which period of English literature? Answer option A, Anglo-Saxon. Saint Barnabas Bede belongs to Anglo-Saxon period. Next. Next very important question. Which of the following is written by Saint Barnabas Bede? Answer the Ecclesiastical History of English Pupil. Okay, the Ecclesiastical History of English Pupil is written by Saint Barnabas Bede. Next. Which of the following is the title of Saint Barnabas Bede? Answer Doctor of Church. Saint Barnabas Bede is called a Doctor of Church. Next. Who was the first English Christian king? Answer Ethelbert. Ethelbert was the first English Christian king. Next. What is the first extended written specimen of Old English? Answer a code of laws uh, promulgated by King Ethelbert. Okay. What is the first extended written specimen of Old English? Answer option D. A code of laws promulgated by King Ethelbert. Okay. Next. Next very important question. Who was regarded as the founder of English prose? Answer King Alfred the Great. King Alfred the Great was regarded as the founder of English prose. Next. King Alfred the Great inspired and supervised which compilation? Answer option C, Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. King Alfred the Great inspired and supervised which uh, compilation? Answer the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. Next. When King Alfred the Great reigned over England? Answer from 871 to 901. Okay, 901. When did King Alfred the Great reign over England? Answer 871 to 901. Who wrote the famous 1855 poem The Charge of the Light Brigade? Answer option A, Lord Alfred Tennyson. Lord Alfred Tennyson wrote the famous 1855 poem The Charge of the Light Brigade. Next question is very important. Who would be called the English Homer and father of English poetry? Answer Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer would be called the English Homer and father of English poetry. Next. Which poet did not write during the 16th century? Answer Thomas Carew. Thomas Carew did not write during the 16th century. Next. The word Jacobean is derived from the dash name Jacob, which is the original form of the English name James. Answer option D. Hebrew language. The word Jacobean is derived from the Hebrew language name Jacob, which is the original form of the English name James. Next. Next very important question. Which king began a war to enforce his claims to the throne of France in 1336? Answer option D. Edward III. Edward III began a war to enforce his claims to the throne of France in 1336. Next. What is the book Lord of Flies about? Answer option C. Schoolboys on the Deserted Island. What is the book Lord of the Flies about? Answer Schoolboys on the Desert Island. Next. Who wrote The Winter's Tale? Answer option D. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote The Winter's Tale. Next. Which school did Milton attend? Answer St. Paul's. Milton attended at St. Paul's School. Next. Next question is, which work was not originally published in the 20th century? Answer Thomas Hardy's Tales of the D'Urbervilles. Which work was not originally published in the 20th century? Answer Thomas Hardy's Tales of the D'Urbervilles. Next. Which of the following literary sub-periods does not fall under the neoclassical period? Answer Jacobean Age. Jacobean Age does not fall under the neoclassical period. Okay, here Restoration period, Augustan Age, Age of Sensibility are fall under the neoclassical period. Next. Next question is, historical events often influence literature. Which of the following did not occur during the Restoration period? Answer option B. The French Revolution. Historical events often influence literature. Which of the following did not occur during the Restoration period? Answer the French Revolution. Next. Rupert Brooke wrote his poetry during which conflict? Answer option D. First World War. Rupert Brooke wrote his poetry during the First World War. Next. Which poet laureate wrote about a church mouse? Answer Bijatman. Bijatman wrote about a church mouse. Next. Who is the author of Cosmos? Answer Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan is the author of Cosmos. Next. When was John Milton born? Answer 9 December 1608. John Milton was born on 9 December 1608. Next. Who was not a Renaissance writer? Answer Sir Thomas Malory. Sir Thomas Mallory was not a Renaissance writer. Here, William Shakespeare, Philip Sidney, Christopher Marlowe are Renaissance writer. Next question is very important. Who is the author of Consider the Following? Answer: Bill Nye. Bill Nye is the author of Consider the Following. Next. Next question and last question. Which country believed it had an invincible armada before 1588? Answer: option C. Spain. Which country believed it had an invincible armada before 1588? Answer: Spain. Who is known as the poet of nature in English literature? Answer: option C. William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is known as the poet of nature in English literature. Next. Who is the most famous satirist in English literature? Answer: option B. Jonathan Swift. Jonathan Swift is the most famous satirist in English literature. Next. Who is the author of A Farewell to Arms? Answer: option D. Ernest Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway is the author of A Farewell to Arms. Next. Who wrote the world famous tragic play King Lear? Answer: option B. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote the world famous tragic play King Lear. Next. Paradise Lost was written by. Answer: option C. John Milton. Paradise Lost was written by John Milton. Next. Who compiled the English dictionary for the first time? Answer: option D. Samuel Johnson. Samuel Johnson compiled the English dictionary for the first time. Next. The Merchant. Next very important question. The Merchant of Venice is a Shakespearean play about. Answer: option A. A Jew. The Merchant of Venice is a Shakespearean play about a Jew. Next. Who of the following was both a poet and a painter? Answer: option C. Blake. Blake was both a poet and painter. Next. Shakespeare is known mostly for his. Answer: option D. Plays. Shakespeare is known mostly for his plays. Next. Who is called the poet of beauty? Answer: option C. John Keats. John Keats is called the poet of beauty. Next. Who is the modern philosopher who was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature? Answer: option C. Bertrand Russell. Bertrand Russell is the modern philosopher who was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature. Next. In which year Shakespeare died? Answer: option D. 1660 AD. In which year Shakespeare died? Answer: 1616 AD. Next. Paradise Lost attempted to. Answer: option B. Justify the ways of God to man. Paradise Lost attempted to justify the ways of God to men. Next. Who is the author of Animal Farm? Answer: option B. George Orwell. George Orwell is the author of Animal Farm. Next. Who is the author of the book of Human Bondage? Answer: option B. Somerset Maugham. Who is the author of the book of Human Bondage? Answer: Somerset Maugham. Next. Charles Dickens is a great. Answer: option D. Novelist. Charles Dickens is a great novelist. Next. Who is the author of the book A Brief History of Time? Answer: option A. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking is the author of the book A Brief History of Time. Next. Who is the greatest modern English dramatist? Answer option B. George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw is the greatest modern English dramatist. Next. Gulliver's Travel was written by. Answer option A. Jonathan Swift. Gulliver's Travels was written by Jonathan Swift. Next. Who was a statesman but awarded Nobel Prize in Literature? Answer Washington Churchill. Sorry, friends. Winston Churchill was a statesman but awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. Winston Churchill was a statesman but awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. Next. Which period is known as the Golden Age of English Literature? Answer option D. The Elizabethan Age. The Elizabethan Age is known as the Golden Age of English Literature. Next. For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me laugh. This line is written by. Answer John Donne. For God's sake, hold your tongue and let me laugh. This line is written by John Donne. Next. Which of the following poems of S.T. Coleridge is a ballad? Answer The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Which of the following poems of S.T. Coleridge is a ballad? Answer The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Next. Who wrote the book Man and Superman? Answer George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw wrote the book Man and Superman. Next. Who wrote the famous novel Robinson Crusoe? Answer option B. Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe wrote the famous novel Robinson Crusoe. Next. The play The Spanish Tragedy is written by. Answer option A. Thomas Kidd. Spanish Tragedy is written by Thomas Kidd. Next. Which is Shakespeare's last play? Answer option C. Tempest. Tempest is Shakespeare's last play. Next. Famous satirical drama Volpone is written by. Answer option C. Ben Jonson. Famous satirical drama Volpone is written by Ben Jonson. Next. The Sun Also Rises is a novel written by. Answer option C. Ernest Hemingway. The Sun Also Rises is a novel written by Ernest Hemingway. Next. Who wrote the two famous novels David Copperfield and A Tale of Two Cities? Answer option D. Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens wrote the two famous novels David Copperfield and A Tale of Two Cities. Next. Who is the author of Origin of Species? Answer option A. Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin is the author of On the Origin of Species. Next. To be or not to be? That is the question. Is a famous line from. Answer option B. Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Okay. To be or not to be? That is the question. Is a famous line from Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Paradise Lost was written by John Milton. Okay. John Milton wrote Paradise Lost. Next, Dr. Faustus was written by Christopher Marlowe. Okay, Christopher Marlowe wrote Dr. Faustus. Next, David Copperfield was written by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens wrote David Copperfield. Next, very important question. Which of the following books is written by Thomas Hardy? Answer option B. The Return of the Native. The Return of the Native is written by Thomas Hardy. Next. The poem The Solitary Reaper is written by. Answer option B. William Wordsworth. Solitary Reaper is written by William Wordsworth. Next. Which of the following writers is not a poet of romantic period? Answer William Blake. William Blake is not a poet of romantic period. Okay, here William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley, and John Keats were the poets of romantic period. William Wordsworth, P.B. Shelley, and John Keats were the poets of romantic period. Next, who wrote about the idyllic Isle of Innisfree? Answer option C. W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats wrote Isle of Innisfree. Next very important question. Shakespeare's Measure for Measure is a successful. Answer option C. Tragic comedy. Shakespeare's Measure for Measure is a successful tragic comedy. Next. Which of the following writers are literary collaborators? Answer option D. Shelley and Keats. Shelley and Keats are literary collaborators. Next. Which of the following school of literary writings is connected with a medieval medical theory? Answer comedy of humors. Okay, which of the following school of literary writings is connected with a medical theory? Answer comedy of humors. Next. The Rainbow is. Answer option C. A novel by D.H. Lawrence. The Rainbow is a novel by D.H. Lawrence. Next. Who wrote the famous comic novel Tom Jones? Answer option A. Henry Fielding. Henry Fielding wrote the famous comic novel Tom Jones. Next. Which poem of Coleridge is an opium dream? Answer Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan is a poem of Coleridge is an opium dream. Next. The Romantic Age began with the publication of. Answer option A. Lyrical ballads. The Romantic Age began with the publication of lyrical ballads. Next very important question. T.S. Eliot was born in. Answer option D. USA. T.S. Eliot was born in USA. Next. Browning was the composer of any of the following poems. Answer option C. Andrea del Sarto. Browning was the composer of Andrea del Sarto. Next. Who wrote the story Gift of the Magi? Answer option D. O. Henry. O. Henry wrote the story Gift of the Magi. Next. Caesar and Cleopatra is. Answer option B. A play by G.B. Shaw. Caesar and Cleopatra is a play by G.B. Shaw. Next. Who is called the father of English poetry? Answer Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer is called the father of English poetry. Next. Author of The Time Machine is. Answer H.G. Wells. The author of Time Machine is H.G. Wells. Next. In which century was the Victorian period? Answer 19th century. 19th century was the Victorian period. Next. Who is the author of The Jungle Book? Answer Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling is the author of The Jungle Book. Next. American female novelist Pearl S. Buck got Nobel Prize in 1938 for the book. Answer option A. The Good Earth. American female novelist Pearl S. Buck got the Nobel Prize in 1938 for the book The Good Earth. Next. Friends, in this video, I have already discussed some important questions on history of English literature. All questions are very much important for your any kind of competitive exam. I hope this video will help you to increase your knowledge on history of English literature. Friends, if you want to get another video, you can go to my channel. There you will get a playlist. From there you can watch any kind of video. Friends, you can also subscribe my channel and press the bell button to get the notification of the next video. Friends, you can also follow me on Telegram and Facebook page. To get the link of Facebook and Telegram, you have to visit the description box of this video. Okay, thank you for watching my video.